What it do, YouTube? Welcome back to our Score Reviews, where we do take some hip hop and urban media. I'm your boy, The Rebuttal. Today we getting into Ray Daniels' take on Drake's upcoming album, Iceman. Now, for what I see, for what I've heard from Ray Daniels, he has to be the most unbiased person I've heard speak on Drake so far. And like when I say unbiased, y'all know what I mean. Like you got some people that's on Kendrick's side that come extreme with the hate. Then you got people like I would say academics, but yeah, you got people like academics that's just like extremely for Drake. But now academics is doing this little weird thing where he's kind of like playing on the fence with them. But you get what I mean. I think Ray Daniel keeps it fair. He keeps it fair. Um, right now he has the best takes to me. So let's listen to him.
Talking straight to the women. He becomes the biggest artist in the world, but he never stopped talking to the women the same way. He didn't change his conversation with them. He didn't
empower them.
He didn't remember Jay-Z went from 5 a.m. on my way to the club, 7 a.m. I be kicking her out to excuse me, what's your name? That's when he was with Beyonce. Like it's like you gotta talk that player shit, right? You can't talk that. And he literally changed the narrative before I jump out the window. What's your name? Like he understood I have to grow because my life is changing.
I get what he's saying, but I think Drake went backwards. I think Drake started off talking to women very nice, and now he's talking crazy to them. Like I think he went backwards instead of forward. Like he's saying it like Drake just been talking now. Drake was killing it for the ladies at first.
Even now with the 444 album, like that was a whole different
Nigga,
perspective.
and that's why his fan base is connected to him. Yeah. Drake's fan base is women. They're lost now because they're like, hold on, are we supposed to love him or is it the revolution? We just want to make sure that we're in the right position.
I don't like gangster Drake anymore. I don't really like sliding on. You see his new promo picture. His face is all screwed up. You like,
yeah.
Yeah, like that's not the Drake that you.
But my point is this: is that listen, bro. I wish I knew the nigga. Cause I know I'll tell him like, yo, bro, I know what you're dealing with. I know how it feels. But fighting Universal is the wrong fight.
Yes.
Nigga, drop an album.
And don't act like you try to do it for other artists.
Don't let nothing out. Address Wayne, address Baby. I mean, even if it's good or bad, even if you address and saying, nigga, I fucked up. Be honest. Just address everything.
Why he go straight to addressing Wayne and Baby? That's interesting. He must know something. I don't think you can compare Drake to Jay-Z. Drake is not married to Rihanna or Beyonce. Jay-Z is retired. Like, yeah, we respect Jay-Z, but Jay-Z bowed out. Jay-Z is not like in the game. But he's in the game. Like he's like a lingering figure that can pop out. But he's not really at the peak of Drake. I don't even think Jay-Z ever reached the peak of Drake. So I don't think y'all could just say he need to do what Jay-Z did. Jay-Z rode the coattail of Beyonce after a while. Like you can't. Like that's not a. I don't think that's a good take.
Thing and say, and that's it, and then go back to making records. So that means whoever diss you. See, what Drake don't understand his power. When everybody was dissing him, he should have went at one thing and said, ended it. If anybody got a problem, all y'all niggas got my phone number. Now, what happens when Ross does an interview and Young Miami says, have you spoke to Drake? Nah.
I don't want to talk about it.
No. He said you got his phone number. Why you ain't call him? Now we don't want to hear you talk about him. He told you to call him. Here's why I'm only saying that, because I gave you all those details, because when I said what I said about Drake, people was like Cardinal Fisher was my friend.
Yeah, my
real
friend too. My friend too.
Cardinal called me like, yo, stop talking crazy about Toronto. And I was like, I don't though. And he was like, nah, I'm playing with you. He was like, yo, but we really love Drake here, bro. So like when you speak about Drake, it feels like you're speaking about Toronto. We're one and the same. So when he told me that, it really kind of made me look. So that's why I make sure I drill down, like I tell the truth as much as I can. Like I love it, like dog. nobody makes cooler, more player music than Drake, right? But in black society, sometimes it's not okay. Sometimes you don't need a player music, right? So to me, the mistake he made, in my opinion, was he wasn't connected enough to his black side to understand that that's not the time, right? So
What's not the time?
well, like
The bold Louisiana flavor and crispy crunch of Popeye's
He
signature
starts on my
chicken is
culture
the
and
meal
chicken
your
game,
craving
wow, that's
deserves.
crazy.
And now
like Drake has always been the same person, right?
Okay.
Certified lover boy, right? He's always been the nigga that spoke to women, that everything else. And I think that eventually everything plays out, right? And that's why you got to give people like Jay-Z credit. That's why you got to give people like 50 credit. These are guys that these are guys that pivoted when they saw, like, it's almost like you
Oh no, man. I think people missing the point. Drake, they pulled the plug on Drake. Like, they been looking to remove Drake for like 7 years. Like, this is not him just not no, they just remove, like, Future makes the same music. Nobody complains about Future. Nobody. Nobody says that's played out. He need to grow up. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more of people just like talking bad about Drake. They like, what's crazy, Drake's career gotta be studied. Like, he has to be the most hated, loved person that ever came through. Like, they love to hate him and hate to love him. It's like people talk about him as if he just was always him. Like, no, he came in the game and everybody was against him. They thought it was lame. They didn't want to hear from him. It was like just skeleton after skeleton kept coming out the Blackberry, the getting peed on, the he was rich before rap ordeal, like, cause he played on Degrassi. Like, he has not had a comfortable accepting time in rap. The only thing that made him be accepted is his numbers and work ethic and just hit making potential. But the 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 hate for Drake never died down. Like, as much as people loved him, people hated him. Like, it was always right there. But people talk as if he just had this clean come in and everything was just handed to him. I don't understand it. I don't understand.
in one room and you the king of that room.
Yeah.
But you got to know when
to get out the room.
when to get out the room, because you're going to be the last king standing, and everybody when you come into the next room.
acceptable.
So for me, exactly. So for me, I look at it like this was right around 2020, 21 was a real pivot moment for Drake, where
After
it was
what
kind of
album?
like right around the Certified Lover Boy album. It was a pivotal moment for him because remember, he does the free Larry Hoover concert. So now even Kanye, everybody's kind of getting conscious, right? Drake doesn't have a consciousness. to
Kanye
his
old
brand.
as hell.
So when everybody's conscious, he's just staying on brand, being Certified Lover Boy. And I think that
Yeah.
Kendrick was the conscious. He was
Yes,
the pulse to the conscious, right? And when he went at Drake, I think Drake looked at it like the people love me for who I am, so I don't have to switch up. So when Kendrick is saying stuff like, I even don't like when you say the word nigga, right? As much as that was like,
It's simple,
ha
but
ha,
it
made
hurt.
everybody think. So Drake comes in, Drake had a moment, he could have easily said something like, black dad in the house, love black girls, I'm gonna say nigga all I want, right? Like but he goes,
Nigga.
nigga, I'm gonna say that. And it was almost like,
Corny.
you want to free the slaves. And it's like, no, bro.
That's wrong angle.
This is not that time anymore.
That sound good. That sound good. And I think he honestly think that. But it didn't matter how Drake responded to that. The script was already wrote. The undertone of Drake not being black enough was already in the room. Nothing he said could make it like go away. Then they would have just said he was being fake, and now Kendrick making him be conscious. They would have like, oh, Kendrick made him tap into his black side. Like, either way, that was gonna be a sting and it was gonna stay. Like, that everything Kendrick used on Drake was already ready there. He didn't introduce anything new into the battle with Drake, like, at all. It's like Drake is such an easy target because he's so public. and he take the bad with the good. So it's like I get what you saying, Ray, but nah, I think no matter what he said, that was just a shot that was gonna stay because it was already cemented into Drake's flaws. Like every day they already was doing that. You not black enough thing, and when Pusha T say your hair won't nap enough, that's why you can't get braids. Like it was already there. There's nothing he could really say to rebuttal that to where people would respect it.
So that's why I said I feel like him dropping the case, he has to almost get back to bars and really getting back to spitting because now in society, like
we're growing up.
and that's all. So for me,
that's also been my critique too, because it's like since you said since Certified Lover Boy, and like it's like, bro, how many times are you gonna make a song about friends you can't trust, a girl that you can't trust, somebody betrayed you, like bro, like get a wife, bro, like you're almost 40,
okay, and that's my point. I'm glad you said that, and to me, that's the mistake he made. It's almost like you got caught at the party at the end and it's shutting down, and you're only nigga in the club now, and you realize, and everybody else is outside the club, and that's why I think the game attacked him because. You start see what people don't like.
And you've been dominating for 15 years.
But what people don't like to talk about in this business is that we know. So like I went viral for saying things, and people have called me a hater, right? When I say Ashanti is a cheat code, he's a hater. You don't understand what I'm doing. I'm not speaking from a fan standpoint. I'm actually telling the people who want to win. I'm giving them the game. Like, dog, Irv Gotti did this. That was a cheat code. It was a fake out. You can do the same thing. By the way, if you look at female rap, that's all female rap is. They all remaking old Yin Yang Twins record, Boosie records. Yeah. That's all they're doing is remaking it because they understand the motherfucking mission. Rap, if rap is either going to be my conscious or it's going to be my release.
Whoa!
A roach commercial.
Hot Shot Ant Roach and Spider Killer kills with one shot.
It's either gonna be the place that I go to when I feel like I need to connect because I'm in my consciousness, or the place I'm gonna go to when I feel like saying fuck the world.
Yeah.
And to me, he didn't pick a side in the middle of that. He stayed the rich nigga who didn't play by rules. So it's like
and he keeps dropping.
And we want to see you get a wife. We want to see you grow up. Like we want to hear like Jay-Z did 444 album. Kanye does
when you gonna show some more mature
Kanye does 808s and Heartbreaks, and then when his mother dies, and then he goes to that dark mode where he comes with My Dark Twisted Fan. He's always given us where he was. And I think Drake has been in the same place, and the audience got bored.
And you know what? It's like he knows that too. Because I remember on that song with Game, he said something like, I think he was talking to Kendrick, but he was like, I would have all your friends if I didn't go pop and stayed on some conscious shit.
Okay, so that's what I'm telling y'all. Dog, people get mad at me, but in the rooms, they're saying the same things. In the rooms, nobody just said, give me a beat. You an artist. Everybody just said, give me a beat. Give me an idea. That's the song. No, you in the room. Yo, what do you want to talk about? Drake's a scientist. I always speak on that. What do you want to talk about? Who do you want to talk to? But I think he forgot because he was so cool with black men. He forgot he still owed them something. He started focusing on women and his place. And then, people don't talk about this enough in the business. So Rihanna can do whatever. Rihanna and Beyonce, people pair them together. They're totally different to the music world. Let me tell you why. Rihanna is from the Caribbean. You know what that means when you're from the Caribbean?
More flavor.
That means you can do any fucking thing you want.
Why?
Because no one knows how you do it where you from. So when Rihanna comes out, hey, Mr. D's at some punnery, that was just establishing I'm a girl from the Caribbean. What was the name of Rihanna's first album? Songs of the Sun. She established the brand. She wasn't the biggest artist. She could have easily went for the big records. No, don't go for the big records. Go for the real records. Go for the identifiable records. She does that, and she wins. Now, here's the difference between Beyonce. Beyonce started in the group. Beyonce, anytime she tried to go pop, it was frowned upon. You a black girl from Houston. So when she's singing Halo, and black girls are like, I mean, I'm going to listen because I love you, but what the fuck is this, right? And then B figured it out when she goes ghetto on the Beyonce album with Drunken Love, that she's like, oh, this is how I could be the biggest artist in the world without having, because she just skipped past it. So they have different points. They have different relationships. But because they're from different places, the business expects them to do different things. Now, let me bring it back to Drake. So imagine if Drake's your man, you Ross. Drake's your man, you Kendrick. I mean, he's your man. You all these guys, he's your man. You French. But you realizing that he's getting pulled in the rooms that you're not getting pulled in, and he's getting told things you're not getting told. So now you start almost like not resenting him, but resenting the game a little. Like, damn. And then you start looking at it like, so you start asking like, yo, why I can't get what the boy is getting? And it's like, well, the boy is mixed. He could play different games. Then you start resenting him. So I think that's what happened. But everybody else, because look at it like this. I remember this nigga Rick Ross said, and I love Ross. He's one of my favorite rappers. Rick Ross did an interview and he said, they asked him about a female artist.
Oh, I know you said.
Dog, watch this. Hey, Ross, you got a female artist? He gives the most honest male answer possible. I don't want to because I feel like I'm gonna fuck it up and I'm gonna want to cut her and da 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 da. And men were like,
good answer.
that's real. Women were like, so you intimidated by her? So another woman can't get an opportunity? And they attacked him. Think about how many things Drake has been allowed to get away with playing in people's faces. Nobody says nothing. So now if you his peer, you like, damn, this nigga ain't playing by the same fucking rules he playing by. Then you start resenting him. Dog.
I also think part with Drake too is that maybe he may have grew up, like you seen the old pictures of him, right? And then like, so imagine now he's popping now. He's been popping for damn near 20 years. He's been indulging in the baddest of the baddest for 20 years. So he and then before you know it, all your boys are married, but you're not married. You're the old nigga in the club, but you
By
still
the way,
having fun.
they marrying girls now that you sniped.
Yeah.
Like, damn, Drake got to you too. You in fucking Birmingham, Alabama. How?
Snipers.
Like that's what I'm saying. So you start realizing, and then you start, dog. Drake's story had to be written this way. It was perfect. He was a half black, half Jewish kid from Toronto from a TV show. And when everybody else was street, he was talking straight to the women. He becomes the biggest artist in the world, but he never stopped talking to the women the same way. He didn't change his conversation with them. He didn't
empower them.
He didn't remember Jay-Z went from 5 a.m. on my way to the club, 7 a.m. I'll be kicking her out to
He's making the same point. But I mean, I get what he's saying a little bit. And I feel like he has an unbiased take. I feel like he's just telling you what really happened. But what I take from that Drake really didn't do nothing wrong. I think Drake was just dedicated to music. He was dedicated to being the best. And while everybody else just hit their peak and then just fizzled out. Just let it, okay, I'm good with this. I'm just going to settle down. It's good. Drake locked into that ambition. He was like, I'm gonna sacrifice having a wife. I'm gonna sacrifice having a family. I really want to be in this music thing. And now I think he's getting punished for it. Because everybody feel like he stayed too long. And it's incredible because it don't even sound like he ready to stop. It don't even sound like he ready to stop. Like, I don't think y'all understand how great Drake really could be. Like Michael Jackson never hit a peak to the point to where we were ready to stop hearing him make music. Now Drake is in a weird spot because his rap is hip hop. So there is like this thing now where people kind of like saying they tired of him. But that's due to attacks and attacks and attacks. But if he was just left to be without people trying to sabotage him, I don't think we would get tired of Drake. I think he would just keep elevating and doing his thing with music. But everything got his course, and maybe he's ran his course, or maybe he hasn't. We'll see with Iceman. Iceman is probably the biggest. Like, this is the biggest part of his career, whether he can come out of this rut he's in. Like, this is a pivotal point, the most pivotal point of his career. What does Drake do? What does Drake do? Now, even if this album flops, he still may have a second chance with another album. But if he strikes gold, strikes platinum, strikes diamond with this album, he might be cemented. But if not, And it's gonna be a tough year, man. But we'll see. And also it depends on Kendrick next album too. Even though people not talking about it, that's this GNX was a great thing. A great thing. It was great. I ain't like it at first, but it grew on me. But even though Kendrick is up and seems to be like taking the crown of Drake and he's elevated, they're both in the same position. Their next albums, how they do, how they sound, how they move people is really going to be a pivotal part of the rest of their career. And we gonna see. We gonna see. But this was our score reviews. Thank y'all for listening to me. Tap in with me, man. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all listen to Ray Daniels? Do y'all think his takes are good? Do y'all think he unbiased? I don't know. But until next time, let's get it.